Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Panel. We're at season 2, episode 3, and tonight we're going to cover a lot of stuff. I apologize for the technical difficulties and us starting late. That was a 1-year-old on my laptop, man. And yeah. So, Jim, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, babe. How are you, man?
No longer frustrated now that I got my stuff working, so I'm feeling
That's
real
all
good.
right, man.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
to a calm state of mind when we're doing that stuff.
Yes, we do. And I tried to get to a calm state of mind, but I was still getting a little frustrated. But I think I'm ready to rock and roll. So,
Awesome.
yeah, man. So look, you were telling me about the Italy's most wanted, Matteo Messina Denaro arrested.
Yes. Now, this is an interesting guy. I mean, he literally Interpol was after him, and that's serious because he committed a lot of crimes, really a lot of crimes in the 90s. And what's interesting about this guy is that he killed federal judges.
Jeez Louise. So he was just
Yes,
going for
and
everything.
he killed a couple of mafia guys, but his most heinous crime, he strangled, there was a family that was helping trying to look for him. His sister was arrested for 14 years. His brother was arrested for 20, never gave him up, wouldn't let him let anybody know where he is. But he strangled a 12-year-old kid against the mafia family and then put the kid in acid.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, he was a very, the Sicilian mafia is, it's where that's where all the mob comes, the Italian mob, and the Sicilians are notorious. They're just ruthless. They're the ones that killed a lot of the American mobsters, and they were the real hitmen. They were sent over, then they'd go back, and they're really strange. They caught a lot of them, but this guy just was literally one of the most ruthless people ever. I mean, he literally didn't care if it was a 12-year-old, 10-year-old. And again, like I said, he just literally strangled a 12-year-old kid because he couldn't get at the family. So he got the kid and put him in a vat of acid and dissolved him.
Wow.
That crime was in the late 90s, but it really is like, it's sinister to think that somebody has the capability and the wherewithal to demise another human being, do something so hideous like that. Yeah, and I was taken back by that because I read an article about him, and again, they've been looking for him since the 90s, man. He was
30
able
years
to
they've been looking for this dude.
Yeah, they're coming because of him. They're really coming down on the Sicilian mob, and Rome. Right now, the Federal Council of Rome is now going to hammer him. He's not. He's done. He's not going anywhere, and he's not getting out of here. They might even execute him. That's how bad he is.
Daggone, execution though?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
throwing
mean,
a 12-year-old in the vat of acid is the reason to be executed.
yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, just a real, like, I mean, there's some mafia guys that are sympathetic, or they might turn around and, maybe work with you. But this guy he was a cold-blooded murderer. I mean, he blew up federal judges. He blew up mafia bosses with reckless regard. I mean, he just didn't give a shit. He didn't care about a human life. It meant nothing to him. It really
Except for
did.
his own, because the way they caught his ass is he was getting chemo.
Yes, he was getting
Under a
chemo.
fake name.
Yeah, and that's so strange because I don't know. It wasn't his name that got him. I think it was the medication, filing the medication. Something came up in the database, and boom, they arrested him right away. I mean, they were right there. Interpol was after this guy. Just think of that.
And that's worldwide.
That's crazy,
right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was just.
That's not even, yeah.
Yeah, he people in other countries, and yeah, he was ruthless, man. But they got his ass, and yeah, he's got chemo now.
Damn.
I mean, he's got cancer, you know?
Yeah, he has cancer and he's dying. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
People
That's
can
crazy.
get what's coming to him, babe, no matter what. You can elude whatever you want, but they got his ass, and now he ain't getting out for shit.
And that's good. He shouldn't get out if he's committed all these crimes that you're alluding to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And now, later on, does he really care that he got caught now? And after this, he don't give a shit. I'm dying anyway,
Probably
you know?
not.
No.
Exactly. Like he's in his late 80s. He's on his way out. He's happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the end. Who cares? Do what you want to do. That's what he
Okay.
said, you know? Of course, not in English. He said it in Italian. You know,
Say it
whatever.
in
Like, who
Italian,
cares? I
Jimmy.
had, what?
Say it in Italian. You speak fluent Italian?
No, babe.
Oh,
I'm not that rooted, hon.
well. Hey,
I'm
man.
not that rooted.
Hey, who's
Little
worth
bit,
a
like
shot?
few words I understand.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Hello, good morning. How are you?
That's the one I understand.
Yeah, that's about all I understand.
So look, remember last week we were talking about Celsius and their lawsuit?
Yeah.
So Flo Rida happened to be one of those rappers that was in that lawsuit. They
Oh,
awarded
you mean
Flo
it's
Rida.
more than redo? It's not just redo?
No, Flo Rida just got $82 million out of it.
Are you serious?
Yep. Isn't that
So,
crazy?
I mean, was he being like a spokesperson for them, and he never gave them?
I
Wow,
believe
man.
so. I believe so. And they didn't pay that boy.
Yeah, they didn't pay nobody, so redo's probably going to wind up making some money.
Let's hope.
Well,
Let's hope.
guess what? He ain't paying no taxes on that because that's a lawsuit. So that's 82 million in his pocket.
Heck yeah, he could probably use it. I mean, I know he was a popular rapper at one point. I don't really know what he's been doing lately, but shout out to you for getting paid for your work, Flo Rida.
That's right, man. Get what's coming. That's why
Hey,
we
this
have so
is
many problems in this world because the corporate world is just robbing everybody. You know, they don't give a shit about us.
well
And
now
they'll
let's
use
talk about
anybody to
that.
get what they want and think they're going to get away with it. And here you go.
Exactly. And then there was that army officer. Remember, he was driving in his Tahoe. He was in Virginia,
Yeah.
and the cops pulled him out, beat him up, kind of, and then he
What
sued,
the
right?
heck was that all about, man?
So he sued
Isn't
for
it
a
kind of
million dollars, huh?
isn't it kind of ironic how these cops are doing this hideous stuff to people for no reason, or flagging people, or here's a guy that did nothing. He was actually, they said he's a gentleman and he's a very classy person, and he
Yeah,
fought for our country, and they're beating him up, man.
he was a lieutenant in the army. I mean, why would
Yeah,
they do
man.
that?
Yeah, I mean, here's a very, very, very important person in our
And they
country.
kicked his ass. He sued for
For
a
what?
million. He got less than 4 grand.
He got less than $4,000.
Yes, he did.
Is that not a disgrace?
That is an insult to injury.
Yeah, and were these animal police able to keep their job?
Of course.
Now that was in Colorado, right?
No, that was here in Virginia.
Oh, Virginia. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Virginia. I meant Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Driving through some of
wow,
these
man.
towns, man, you don't know. You
But
just don't know.
Virginia's a messed up state, man. Virginia has a lot of the back boys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they don't come out in public. They stay bad boys behind closed doors.
Yeah, because they're cowards.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man, I'm hearing a lot of this lately. They're flagging these poor black guys, and I mean, I saw an incident on Instagram, and the gentleman was being nice. He said, "Officer, I'll give you my license," and he
Yeah.
goes, "All right, that's it. Step out of the car." He said, "Officer, I'm giving you my license," and he goes, "Don't reach in your pocket." He said, "Officer, I'm grabbing my license." And the guy, he calmly said it. They grabbed him out of the car. They started beating the crap out of this guy for
Jeez,
no
Louise.
freaking reason. And he was asking them nicely, "What are you detaining me for? We
They
don't
don't
have
like
to
no
let you go."
questions. They
Yeah,
don't like no
you don't ask.
questions.
Yeah, you're not. We don't have to tell you anything. And yes, by law, no officer can detain you unless they have a reason, and they
Without
have to
cause.
give
Yeah.
you that reason. And
Yeah.
this poor guy, I felt so bad for him. And he actually, I would have never let it go. I would have sued them and demand that they lose their job. But these cops are getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand, and it's just ridiculous, you know?
Well, you see what happened to the guy that did sue him. I mean, he
Yeah.
spent all that time, energy, and money to get $4,000. He probably can't even pay his legal fees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn
What is
shame. And lieutenants are at the bottom of the totem pole, people. I mean, as far as officers go, right? So you
right?
graduate college and then you become a lieutenant. So these guys are not making tons of money.
Right.
They make a little
Yeah.
more
And
than
this,
an enlisted person coming in. But at the end of
but
the
they
day,
beat
if
him
you're not
up pretty
married or
bad, right?
anything,
Didn't they beat him up pretty bad?
pays them and everything, I believe.
Oh my God. Are these offices, Malik, like what are these offices like are they frustrated that they're just taking this stuff out on people that do not commit crimes? And I'm not getting this. It really puzzles me because knowing my character and nature, I would never do that to any human, you know. And today I was in public. I was in a public grocery store, and I saw a woman yelling at a black attendant. Um, and I had to say something. I had to say something. I said, "Excuse me, man, what's going on? Mind your own business." I said, "Man, this is my business. I'm in a public place, and you're disturbing my peace shopping. You're
Mm-hmm.
yelling at a guy for no reason. What does he have to do with the price of anything, or something's not on the shelf, or you're getting frustrated and you're yelling?" This poor kid was a young kid. He was stocking bottles, and the stamp they put on it for the price and everything. And she just started unleashing on the guy. He came over to me when
Really?
I came over the other aisle, and he said, "Sir, thank you." I said, "Hey, buddy, you don't have to thank me for anything." He goes, "You're a gentleman." And I asked him a question nicely. I said, "Do you know where I can find the powdered crystal light?" And he didn't tell me. He brought me over directly where the crystal light was.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I said,
That's
"Sir,"
why I
I
only
said,
shop
"No."
at
He goes,
Trader Joe's.
"Yeah." He said, "Sir, thank you for being such a gentleman." I said, "No, thank you for being such a gentleman." Our loss of kindness and respect to somebody that's just trying to make a living at 12.95 an hour, I don't think does not deserve our respect or to treat him as an equal human being. This is the problem. People look down on people and they feel that they're subjects to
To
criticism,
just stick around and
ridicule,
take their
and they
anger
can
out
get
on
away
you.
with it. But I embarrassed this woman, and a lot of other people. Like there was this one white lady put a thumbs up and said, And as she passed by, she said, "That's a disgrace." I said, "Yes, it is." And the woman, when she walked out of the store, this, pardon my expression, bitch, was in a brand new $150,000 Mercedes. And this is how you're treating a person that's in a shopping store because he didn't answer you quickly, and maybe the guy didn't hear him, but the poor guy, the stamper, yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people talk in the shore, and she said, "Excuse me, I'm effing talking to you," and holy shit, I was like, "What?" You know, you're disturbing my peace. You're in a public place. I said, "I'm telling you to
I
shut up."
appreciate that brother for handling it the way he did
Yeah,
because
he
see,
was
we
a
got
gentleman and
Christians
he
in
was
there.
calm. And I'm sure he would have went out of his way for this woman if she gave him a little decency and respect. I don't think they're asking for much, but I don't think nobody deserves to get abused. I don't go to fast food places, but my friend eats that garbage. But when he goes in there, he said, "Thank you very much for helping me. I appreciate
Yeah,
you."
everybody. Yeah.
I was in Atlanta, and I went to Cat Cora's restaurant. Food was excellent. And I asked this girl, Reese, she was a very beautiful young black lady, and I saw a woman getting abrupt with her, and I went over and she said, "Sir, I really appreciate you. Thank you for your patience." She goes, "Sir, I'm so sorry." I said, "Hey, relax, man. You do your thing. Don't worry. I'll wait for you. Don't worry. Whenever you're ready, just clear those morons out." And the woman heard me say, "Excuse me." She goes, "Excuse me, did you just call me a moron?" I went, "Yes, I did." I
See?
said, "Because you're acting like a moron." This girl went out of her way. She goes, "You want another iced tea?" I said, "Oh, Reese, thank you so much." So the tip should have been like $4. I gave her
Yeah.
a $10 bill.
There you
And
go.
she goes, "Sir," she goes, I said, "No, no, no, Reese, that's for you." And I said, "Kindly, thank you very much. You're a wonderful and a very beautiful lady, young lady." I said, "You be careful out there, and I want to thank you very much for helping me. Very kind." And she said, you made my day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I was going into public today, and a woman from Jamaica was doing, she was the cashier. So I started making them all laugh, Malik.
Oh,
She said,
see.
"Oh my God!" She goes, I said, "Ma'am," I said, "check his pocket." To my friend Kenny, I said, "Check his pockets." I said, "He's known to come into public." And now she knew I was kidding because he had shorts on, and you could see obviously he wasn't. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, "Ken, did you take that stuff out of your pocket there?" I made her laugh because the woman in front of us said, "Can we hurry up, please? I have to get going." But I treated her with such respect and kindness. There was a woman, that the bagger, as you would say, would put the bags in. She didn't say much, and I made her laugh because
Good.
I said, "And I want to thank you, ma'am, being even that you didn't say anything, you know." I had the whole row laughing. I said goodbye to everybody. And I
See.
said, "Thank you so much." He goes, "You made my day. You're such a gentleman. Thank you." And I said, "Dear, I said, Stacy, I'm just being a human being, and
And
you're a
sometimes all it takes
wonderful
is a
person."
kind word.
That's all it takes, man.
Sometimes that's
And you know
all
what?
it
You're
takes.
making that person's day. You're making them feel good. But everybody, if they're listening, and everybody that belittles anybody, shame on you, man. If you think you're better than anybody, and that is a disgrace. And this is what I don't like. You know, Martin Luther King. If you look back, everybody would call him a communist, and everybody said a lot of bad things about him.
Oh,
And
definitely.
what's his? Who was the head of the FBI? J. Edgar
James.
Hoover.
Yep.
Yeah,
James.
Hoover said he was a communist, and I asked my friend, "Oh, he was a communist." So I said, "How was Martin Luther King communist?" I said he never ever did one violent march. He did a peaceful march. He wanted equality for everybody. He wasn't just about the black man or this man or that one. He said all of us can be brothers and sisters, and we could unite as a people and a nation. Never did anything above talking peacefully or maybe abrupt because he might have been upset or he felt upset about what's going on. But Dutch had talked about this a couple of times, and we said, "Why? Why is this? It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't.
It
And
doesn't. You got to treat
no,
people with the same equality that you want to be treated with. Otherwise, they
yeah,
may turn on you too. Like
but
everybody has a reason to discriminate against somebody. Don't think you're above being discriminated
yeah,
against. But
yeah,
at the end of the
absolutely.
day, hopefully we don't. And that's why we create a better place to live. This is our country.
This is
It's all of
everybody's
our country.
country.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
right.
I'm
It's
saying.
everybody's, and everybody should be respected and treated equal. And when I was in Atlanta, people were remembering me. People saw, when people argue or they're trying to give a. There was for Delta Airlines, this poor woman was being abused by these clients, and they're like, my ticket. Why do I have to worry? Or I don't know what they were arguing about, but I'm like, why? Why?
A lot of
And
times it ain't worth it.
yeah, and it really bothers me. And I made everyone in public smile. You know, I said, "Sir, thank you so much. I really appreciate your help." And like I said, he went out of his way and took me 7 rows over and all the way up on the corner. He goes, "Sir," but I said, "Buddy, you could have just told me." And he goes, "No, no, I want to thank you
No, I want to
for
thank you and
stopping
show
that."
you.
I said, "Bud, you don't have to thank me. I was just doing a just
But
thing."
in
I
the
thought,
normal course, you. Yeah,
But look at how people react when you treat them with respect and how they'll go out of their way for you.
exactly. Exactly. That's
He
why I
was
always
just a
try to
man
treat
to me.
people
He
how I
was
want
just
to be.
another man and a gentleman. And I hope whatever he's trying to do in his life, he becomes successful. Young guy, young kid. Maybe they're not used to that New York attitude because if you're going to be condescending and act berate with somebody, New York, man, we let you have it.
Hey, but you know
Malik,
what I can
I
say?
hope,
I lived in New York, and I don't remember everybody coming for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember a
yeah,
lot of it. So
yeah,
yeah,
you know. Were you a New Yorker? Were you a New Yorker? Were you born in New York?
I was born in Brooklyn, and I spent what my uh eighth and ninth grade years there.
Oh, babe, so you're a New Yorker, man.
Now I'm kind of a hippie.
Yeah,
Move all over the country. I'm kind of a gypsy.
yeah, but that's nice, man. I'm in Florida now, and I absolutely love it.
Are you back there?
I'm down for good, hun. I went up to help
Mm,
my father, and I flew down. I got back in just 2 days ago. I mean,
how's
yesterday.
your
I got
dad
in
doing?
yesterday.
How's
I'm
your dad
sorry.
doing? How is your
Um,
dad?
he's lonely, Malik. As we get older, and my mother passed away, so my mother catered to him his whole life, and now he doesn't have that. But he's older, and I just hope he finds peace in his life and not having anger and bills, and you should be not worrying about all this nonsense.
Yeah, true beans, true beans. It would
Yeah.
he consider moving down to Florida to be closer to
No,
you? Or
he's probably going to go to South Carolina. I'm fighting with the VA hospital because
okay.
these liberal idiots caused a lot of problems for the vets because you only can use the VA hospital as like he has his permanent residence in Jersey, and for him to go to South
Uh,
Carolina, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't allow you to. No, you can't go to
cross
South
over
Carolina. You have
lines.
to go up. Right, and he needs a cataract eye operation. They're paying for it, but they're telling him he has to do it in Jersey, and he wants to get it done in South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm sorry to
I'm
hear he's
jealous,
going.
babe. My pen, I just got. I'm charging my pen, and I have one oil left, and I don't know how I'm going to get my stuff down here.
Yeah, I don't know anybody up in your area, Jim.
Yeah, I know.
But
They say they can ship it down. They're shipping stuff down, but who the heck knows? Malik?
yeah, man, you may have to. Well, shit, you can't even grow your own plant.
That's right. I
You may
know.
have to go get a. You may have to go get the medicinal card.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because Florida does have it.
Yeah.
Guess so. Listen, not to change the subject, but we're going to the moon for the first time, and historically, a black astronaut woman was elected to go on this flight, which is really something amazing.
Mm-mm.
She's actually very smart and brilliant, and I forgot her damn name. Can you imagine? Please forgive me, but she's going to be one of the first people to walk on the moon because we never walked on the moon, right? That was a Russian. We were trying to beat the Russians, but I mean, the lunar module on the Apollo's. What's that? Yes, what's her name?
Jessica, what is it?
I can't see that. Yes,
Jessica Watkins.
Jessica, right.
Jessica Watkins.
Yes, Jessica Watkins, that's right. Isn't that amazing?
iPhones, I know. No, I'm just playing.
She was elected out of 100 astronauts and pilots to take this trip, and
Mm.
I think she's going to be. I don't know what her duties were. She's not a pilot. She was a navigation something, or I forget what they
Yeah,
were talking about. But
definitely want a good navigator up there.
yes, navigator, right? And isn't that amazing though?
Yeah.
You
International
know,
Space Station crew. Not
the
just an American,
worm is turning,
but
babe, a little bit,
international.
right?
So that's
Wow, isn't
beautiful.
that?
That is beautiful.
Yeah, I was really excited to hear that. She was very excited because I actually saw a little bit of an interview, and she's such a well-spoken person. I mean, you can see she's articulate, and I was really blown away. She was so excited, and I would love to see her put her twinkle toes right on that gray sand out there or dust.
Heck
And
yeah.
finally, Yeah,
They
nobody's
finally
going to tell
landed
me
on
we
the
did
moon.
not have the capabilities to go on the moon. We just didn't.
Yes, we did.
You think we
And
did?
I think we
You think
did.
in
I know. I think.
1969 we had the capability of going on the moon?
I think they were chicken shit.
I think it was
I think they were
bullshit.
chicken shit. Yeah, I think they were chicken shit.
Yeah, because of Russia. And, listen,
And we always had people.
Buzz Aldrin, before he died, said we never were on the moon.
So Buzz told it.
So interesting, right, babe?
Very interesting. And Buzz
Let,
snitched on
let's put let's
everybody.
put props out for Jessica, man.
Yeah, yeah, most def. And safe travels, sweetie. We'll be praying for you down here on Earth that your trip is successful. Because
Yeah,
we know you can do it, and we have faith in you. And this is going to be fucking amazing. This is
yeah,
awesome.
man. I was blown away when I heard that, and I was really excited for her because she was herself. That's an amazing achievement to be picked out of all those people
I
and
know.
be chosen. She you can see the glow on her face, and that is really something that made me feel proud as an American.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Because
So
yeah,
beautiful.
it really was. And I didn't look at her or anything, but just a wonderful, lovely lady.
Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, again, I'm colorblind with everything I do and non-judgmental to anyone. I respect everybody I meet, and I care for the bum in the street. He deserves our respect just as much as anybody else.
Jimmy, I do care for the bums on the street, but I'll donate like clothes and things like that. I'm not handing them cash.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're
Yeah,
probably drug addicts and they're going to go buy liquor
they're
and
gonna
whatever
go
they can
buy
get
what they
their
want.
hands on.
I think
You
I
got a good point there, Malik. You're like my friend. He agrees with me too. He said, "Hey, I don't mind buying you a jacket. I
yeah,
don't mind you buying you a pair of pants or letting you go
or a
take a
meal or
shower."
whatever you need. But I'm not handing you my cash.
Yeah, yeah, I gave him a buck. Actually, my friend Kenny gave him a buck. I didn't give him. I don't
I
give them
used to
money.
give money. I did. But then I'd see him on the same corner begging the same way. And then I watched one guy get into his Lexus. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You're driving a Lexus. I'm in a
Well,
raggedy car. I'm not giving you
I
no
was. That's funny that you say that because I was in New York City and I said, "Hey, buddy, I'm sorry, I have no change." And he whipped out a wad of cash that was maybe about 3.5 inches thick. And I said, "What? WTF? What?"
Yeah, for
I said,
real.
"What are you nuts, man?" I said, "Oh no, I got change." I couldn't believe he had the audacity to even do that for me.
I
I
got
said, "Get the
change.
hell out of here!"
I got change. He pulled out a watch and told you he had change.
Yeah, I was
I had
like,
one
"Holy
lady
tackle!"
in Chicago cuss me out because I went to
Hey,
McDonald's and got her kids some food.
you want to hear a crazy story? And this
Go
is
ahead.
why you never know who you're talking to. A young girl was a waitress in a bagel store across from the Robert Guggenheim Museum in Manhattan.
Okay.
And this bum would come every day, never had no money, wore the same raggedy clothes. And the guy in the bagel store never served him. Get out of here. But this kind girl would sneak him bagels and cream cheese and a coffee and say, "Sir, here, take this. Just eat it around the corner so he doesn't see I gave it to you." And
Yeah.
every day she snuck out a bagel and coffee to this guy and took care of him. And she said, "Would you like something on it?" She goes, "I'll get it." Okay. For a week, this guy doesn't show up. He's gone. The girl doesn't know what happened to him. Geez, I hope he's all right. Then
Yeah.
they're saying, "Oh, he probably passed away." The owner of the bagel store, yeah, who cares? That bum is finally gone. All of a sudden, a month later, a lawyer comes into the store. Now, I don't recall the woman's name, but he said to her, "Are you so and so?" And she goes, "Yes." "Am I in trouble?" He goes, "No, absolutely not. If you can," the guy was like, "Well, where are you going now?" I said, well, the lawyer went, "Sir, this is very important. I don't think after today she's going to care about what you have to say." She didn't know what the hell. He goes, you're leaving, you're fired. He took the girl across the street. They sat down at a restaurant. He opened up a briefcase. He goes, dear, that old man that you took care of every day with a bagel is a multimillionaire. He owns all the buildings around this whole bagel stop and across the street from the Robin Guggenheim Museum. He left it all for you.
Hmm.
So look at what that girl getting the bagel and going out of her way,
Yeah,
maybe losing her
small acts of
job to
kindness.
help this man. How amazing is that, right?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's
And
beautiful she
that
was
guy in the
rewarded
bagel
in the end.
store bugged out. He bugged out.
Yeah, because now she's his landlord.
Now she's a multi-gazillionaire. I think it was 50, 60 million dollars she received. The lawyer recommended that you sell it out, and get your money.
Yeah.
You don't need to be taking care of buildings and having this stuff. And she did. I don't think she's working in the bank store. Oh, that's for sure. That's a true
Well,
story.
that's a
My
beautiful
my
story.
my lawyer, the friend that did that, the lawyer that did that, is a friend of my lawyer, and he told me that. I was blown away. I said, Carlos, you never know who you're talking to. You
You
never
never
know.
do.
Absolutely. So a little respect goes a long way. Let's
Yeah.
remember out there in our panel
And
land
yeah. And our
to be
viewership.
good to everybody, babe.
Be kind.
That's
Rewind.
right, honey.
And on that note, we started a little late, you guys, but we're gonna dip out a little early or on time. But we appreciate y'all for joining us and everything. Hey Jimmy, you want to say any farewell words or
No, I want to just tell everybody I wish them a good journey and good fortune, and I hope everybody is doing well and amazing, and they're busy and they're paying their bills and they're safe. And
facts?
what more can I say?
Yeah. Happy New Year again to everybody. I know we're still in the month of January. I'll probably
Yeah,
say
that's
it
right.
all throughout. Happy New
Is this
Year.
our third show? This is our third show this year, right?
This is our third show this year. So yes, season
Wow,
two,
man.
episode three. Yeah, man, we're moving and shaking.
Yeah,
And
but
yeah,
I remember when we just saying it's our first show, right?
I know, right? That was a while ago, Jim. That was
You
way
ain't
back
kidding,
when.
baby.
But anyway, thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night.
Good night.